this is what happens when you make contact with reality. For example, if your partner's been cheating on you and you find out right here, that's when you make contact with reality and your anxiety spikes. But after the spike, as soon as you kind of settle into being in tune with reality, if you continue to stay in touch with reality, your anxiety actually decreases to below the level it was before you made contact with reality. Because one thing that drives anxiety is the sense that I'm not in touch with what's real. Because for most of us, reality is actually pretty safe, but the things we imagine in our mind when we're not in touch with reality are much less safe than what is actually real. And so what you're doing when you make contact with reality is you're taking all of this anxiety from your fantasy world and you're pushing it into the present moment, and then you go through it, you process that anxiety, and you come off later into this lower anxiety life where you're more in touch with reality, which is better than where you would have been if you had never found out. And so if you're here, if you just made touch with reality, so if you just learned an unpleasant truth that affects you, just realize that things will get better and that you are on your way to a lower anxiety lifestyle as long as you focus on staying in touch with what's real and try to keep yourself from living in fantasy land.